Myself Sarika Dalal, and I'm very excited to open AC Mumbai chapter. I would like to start with my introduction first. So I'm working in Trundle as a lead Atlassian engineer, and I have total 6+ years of experience in working with Atlassian tool. Uh, uh, I have a hands-on experience in Atlassian tools administration, scripting. Apart from that, I am currently working on marketplace app development for Jira Cloud and Server platform. So this is about me. So if you have any question, suggestion, or if you have any point or topic that you want me to cover in this session, you can feel free to reach out to me on my email, or you can put that in a chat window as well. Uh, so so our today's agenda of this meeting is we are going to talk about Opsgenie. So we will talk about Opsgenie's history. We will talk about what is Opsgenie, why we need that as well. Before giving history, let me introduce you to the speakers. We have Sajid Nair with us, who is the Delhi community leader. So Sajid, mic is over to you.
Thank you, Sarika. Hello, everybody. Like most of the people on the call already know me. So, but for the benefit of folks who might be seeing this offline on YouTube, my name is Sajid Nair. I work as an Atlassian community leader for Delhi. I also work in Trundle as a program manager with amazing team members, one of which is Sarika. So I'm very happy to be here. If you have any questions regarding Atlassian Community Delhi, feel free to reach out to me, Meghna, or Deepti, who are my co-leaders from Delhi. It's on a Atlassian Community leader path. The perks are amazing, but you don't do it for the perks. But the learnings, the connections, the insights that you get into the Atlassian communities, that's priceless. Plus, there are definitely perks which are super cool. So you might want to join in one of the sessions where the community leaders talk about how and what they have learned from the community. So with that, I would hand it over to Sarika for this session.
Thank you, Sajid, for introduction. So let's stick with the agenda of today's session. So we are going to cover these topics. So first we'll talk about is introduction about Opsgenie, why we need the Opsgenie. We'll talk something about the special feature what we have for Opsgenie. Then I will give a live demo and a QA session we have. So this is the introduction of Opsgenie. So I'm not going to take that much deep dive about the product. I will give an overview about each and individual options. And we can plan a next session if you are looking for any specific feature or any kind of specific configuration. So we can plan that as well. And now let's start with the introduction to Opsgenie. So Opsgenie is a modern incident management platform that ensure critical incidents are never missed. So we all know what is incident. So whenever any incident will come, Opsgenie will read that incident and it will take an action. So for that, Opsgenie came in the picture. So we can say Opsgenie is an incident management platform that will ensure your critical incident are never missed and actions are taken by the right people in the shortest possible time. Opsgenie receive alert from your monitoring system and the custom application and categorize each alert based on importance and the timing. We'll see what is the integration. We'll talk about that. So there is a life cycle for any of the incident management process. So first of all, the incident will identify, then it will send a notification, escalation, then investigation will happen on that incident and diagnosis will start. Then resolution and recovering stage, and then in the end, incident will get closed. So it's a life cycle, and let's see how Atlassian Opsgenie is following that life cycle. So first we will understand before Opsgenie what we are using. So previously we have a typical IT environment where our IT dev stack, we can say our application, or that will be connected with a monitoring tool. That monitoring tool will receive an incident. Once it will receive an incident from a manual approach like email, chat, we will send a incident details to our operation teams. Then operation team will start work and then they will respond. So it's a manual activity. So the drawbacks are whenever important notification are coming, it will get missed because multiple alerts will be there. If then communication will be always one directional. Ops team will receive non-relevant alert as well. So there is no segregation was there to whom we have to send. So it's a manual activity, as I told. A multiple alert will reduce the team responsiveness as well. And now let's see what Opsgenie is going to do here. So here Opsgenie is will connect with your monitoring tool. First of all, so Opsgenie is a standalone tool. Apart from that, we can integrate it with other tools as well. So once it will integrate with other tools, other monitoring tools, it will start reading the incident. Once any incident will come from IT DevStack to monitoring tool, Opsgenie will listen that. After that, it will categorize that incident, and accordingly, it will take an action. Then it will send a alert and a notification to a person who is going to work on that. So everyone is not going to disturb here. Once the incident operation team will work, after that they will close that ticket, and it's a bi-directional process. Here one more option we have called documentation and reporting. So here we can see we have all the incident detail in a one place. So we can go for any kind of report anytime. So because every data we have in a single system, so we can create a documentation and any kind of report also we can take. Now let's talk about benefit of using Opsgenie. So as I mentioned, it will allow event to be consolidate, categorize, and prioritize in one location. So Opsgenie is a single location where all the incidents are going to come. It will categorize and then prioritize it accordingly. Okay. Once the correct people are notified at the right time via the right channel. So once any incident will come, we can send a notification alert to a correct people. So other team members are not going to disturb. And we can select a channel how you want to a notified user. If you want to connect a Slack, Teams, call, SMS, we can do that. Opsgenie will help you to configure. Let's suppose I have connected Opsgenie with the Slack. It will enable people to take action via the chat system as well. So from a Slack itself, I can respond to that particular incident. After that, everything will be recorded in a system and able to be reported and analyzed anytime. So this is the benefits of using Opsgenie. Let's talk about the key features of Opsgenie. So as I mentioned, Opsgenie is a standalone system, and we can integrate with other tools as well. So with integration, there are 200 or more than that apps and web services are there. From that, we can integrate Opsgenie. The important point here is all the integration are free of cost. We not have to pay anything else. So all the mostly useful apps are available to integrate with Opsgenie. We have a configurable, actionable, and reliable alerting options. We can schedule on-call management options as well. We have escalation policies, notification policies, and advanced reporting options as well. So these are the key features. I'm going to cover all of this key feature in a demo. So it's the demo time. So I'm going to share the screen. So I hope you all are able to see my browser, and I have opened the Opsgenie here. So Opsgenie is available on cloud platform only. We cannot set it on in-premise. So I have configured Opsgenie here. So you can see in a header, we have a lot of configuration options here. So we will go through each and individual operation line by line. So we'll start with the setting first. So let's understand what our options are there. So first we have a user management section. So it's a normal user management section where we can create a users group. We can manage the users. So how we have Jira and other user management section, it will be same. Here we have a profile. It's as I mentioned, it's on cloud. So this profile setting will take me on the cloud profile section. Here in the profile setting option, I can configure the settings like if I want to use a dark theme of that also I can configure. Apart from that, it will give you a detail about the teams, in which team I am working, in which escalation I am involved, and which schedule I am involved. So it will give that. We'll see what is schedule, what is escalations here. This is my profile, so I can set it here. The configuration of my notification is what should be the contact method. If I want, and if any incident will come and it is scheduled to me, then it should assign on an email, in a SMS, or in a voice call. We have a mobile applications as well for that. After that, we have a forwarding rule options. So here we can see like if I want to forward, let's suppose I am a let's suppose if any incident will come between 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. I want that time that rule or that notification should forward it to Sajid. So I can that set that forwarding rule as well. So here we have the option of that. We have on call schedules. So here I can see the schedules which I have. So you can see it's my schedule now, 1:40 to 4 p.m. So if anything will come in between this time, it will assign automatically to me. You can see here the gap. So it will assign to the next user. So I have configured. We'll go in detail about these schedules. Here we have a policies like a global policies. So here we can set any alert policies if I want any different kind of alert. Let's suppose if any incident have any, I can set it here the condition when let's suppose if incident have the word or in the description it is high priority or any word call urgent. So that time what it should do, then it will send a notification. So that kind of policies we can configure here. All schedules and all escalation I will cover when I will be in who is on call feature. Apart from that, here we can see a connected app which we can connect here. Apart from this, we have an integration list. What kind of integration we can do here. So all, as I mentioned, it will give a integration option of more than 200 tools. So all of the tools are we can integrate here, and the integration is not that much difficult. It's just a quick few steps that we have to follow, and in a very shorter time we can do this integration. I will speak about integration, configured integration here. Now here we have one more option called Heartbeat. What it does, so whenever we will integrate our Opsgenie with other tools, so that time it will try to be cover the heartbeat. When I will say heartbeat, whenever it indicates like how my integration are working. Like is it when any actions are coming, how quickly it is integrating with the other tool, or how quickly it is sending the alerts. So that level of thing we can see. I have not configured here anything. I can cover that in a next session if you want. We can integrate the Slack, the GitLab, everything. Conference room options we have where we can set it up the conference room if you want. And whenever we will create an incident, we can map that incident with the conference room as well. We can use the incident template. So as I mentioned, it's a standalone tool. So here I can create an incident in Opsgenie as well, and I can select the template for the incident. Response role we have here. We can create our own response role as well. Here we have a users role section, email template we have. Then in app setting, we can configure general setting, login. We can configure the login and SSO configuration here. So there are a lot of features are there which are available here. Apart from that, we can check our billing information, invoice and subscription detail as well, as I am currently using a free trial. Apart from this, let's talk about Teams now. What is Teams? So here Teams, I will say I have created a users in my system. Now I want to bind that user with a specific team. Let's suppose a development team, support team, technical team, multiple teams I can create. Basically team is nothing, it's just a group that we are creating. And for that particular teams, we are setting up some roles. Okay, now what is on call here? So I can configure here on call schedule, means we can create schedules for the teams. Okay, so you can see here, I have configured development team schedules. Okay, for this team, I have configured rosters or rotations, I will say. So I have configured, let me edit it and I will show you. So you can see here, I have configured a rotation here and I have added two participants, Vedant and Sarika. After that, I can select here the rotation type. Like who is going to work, basically rotation, it means who is going to work at what time. So if I want a custom rotation, I can say every 2 hours, one person is going to work. And we can say shift length as well. So if you want a 1 week, one person is going to work, so that also you can configure and you can see. So all the tickets which are going to come here, it will assign directly to Vedant. After that, it will assign to Sarika. So like that, if you want a custom one, you can go for custom one as well. Here we have hours, days, week option. So I have configured here 2 hours. I like to configure it for 4 hours. When you want to start, if you don't want any ends on date, you can configure that. Restrict to a time interval. If you want your team is going to work on the specific interval of time, that also you can configure. You can configure here the weekday and time of the day. So here we have a rotation option. If you want to override one of the user from that, so you have a override section as well, where you can override one person here. So let's suppose here I have, you can see override. It is 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. It is override. So you can see that override setting as well, and the final schedule you can see. And I will update this. So as per that, I can create my own schedules, and I can view the schedule for a day, for a week, for a month. I have a calendar view as well here, that also I can see. Here anytime I can disable any of the schedule. I can open this schedule in a calendar. I can export these team schedules as well. I can clone this schedule if I wanted to just change the user. So I will go and I will quickly clone that clone the schedules. I can edit and I can delete it anytime. And for one team, you can create a multiple schedules. You can configure that level as well. So this is about the schedule. I hope you are getting clarity here. Let's talk about integration. So here we have an option like where I can integrate tools with a specific to a teams. So if I have a development team who is working for a product, I can integrate that product. A support team who is working with other product, I can integrate that as well. That integration option we have, I can integrate easily from here. Heartbeat option I have already mentioned. Now let's talk about service. Service is a place, let's suppose I am working on a tool and I'm building an application, and there are services like database services, front-end services, API service, REST API service. So that services I can create. And whenever any incident will come, directly that service will get affected. Okay, so we can bind that incident with the services. Now let's see, when I create a service, what kind of options we can configure. So let's suppose I have multiple services where one services depend on other one. So let's suppose if parent services got affected, automatically the child service also will get affected. So we can set it up the service relationship here. Apart from that, we can configure the responder whenever any service will come, who is the responsible team here. We can configure the service stakeholders. We can configure the priorities as well here. If status page it's critical, then map it with P1, P2. So it's a services option. We can configure here the components as well. Let's suppose if I'm configuring any service, so here we can define our own component as well. Here we can see a service health report as well. This is an option called incident rule. So whenever any incident will come, what do you want it to perform? So here we can create our own incident rule as well. So here I want when set condition for all incidents. So here I can set match all condition, any condition. I can set it up the conditions. So I can say if responder equals to Sarika, what it is going to do? It is going to send a message. So like that configuration we can do. We have a members option here where we can see a list of members that are associated with this service. We have a roles option where I can create our custom role and I can bind it user like roles. If I will say like, I can create any kind of role as per my need. We can set here the policies, alert policy basically, alert policy or notification policies. So whenever any, let's suppose whenever any incident will happen, what alert you want. So that we have seen alerts in a setting. So that is a global and this is for a specific teams. I can set here the notification policies as well, how you want notification, when you want this. So when you want this notification, so restrict to a time. If you want that notification should come in a specific time interval, that also you can configure here. So like that configuration we can do. We have a conference option. So for a specific team, I can bind a conference or any incident will come, it will create here. Here we have an activity stream and it will give you a detail or the logs, which I'm audit logs, basically whatever I'm editing in the configuration side. And here we have an action channel. So we need to explore that what is the action channel here. Apart from this, we have covered already the services. So here you can see a lot of the services which are already created. Here you can see one open incident for this services. You can view the incident of that services and you can take action accordingly. So it will give you a list, and here you will have an option to view the report of that particular incident. So here it is giving this incident is open, this incident is resolved. So like that you can see a specific service relation as well. Here you can see a incident that I have already created, and impacted service. Here I have created the timeline I have created. You can see a responder team Sarika created and assigned it to development team, and incident open and responded to Sarika. So I have created an incident, so it is giving a timeline. So this incident is still open. I can close it anytime once. So it will give a timeline as well. Here I can create a postmortem report as well here, and we can attach it here with the same incident. So we have everything in a one place. Now let's see who is on call options we have. So here we can see we have options like I can see my own schedules. So here I can see this is the development team schedule, and it is assigned now to Sarika. So whenever any ticket will come, it will assign it to me. So you can see here the list. Apart from that, you can see all escalations. So we can create escalations as well. I can create an escalation. So assign to a team. I can set up escalation rule. If then alert is not acknowledged, or if the alert is not acknowledged in a 10-minute, I wanted to escalate it to some other user. I wanted to here we have option. You just wanted to notify to a user like alert is not acknowledged yet. So that kind of alerts you can configure here. Notify random member of a team. So multiple options you have here. So apart from that, you have an option here to repeat. If you wanted to repeat until the action is not taken, you can configure that as well. So same options we have: integration list, configuration. So we can see all the details here. Yes, so now we will talk about the analytics here. So analytics will help you to download any kind of reports how you want. So if you want any report, alert report or API uses report, that kind of thing, you can that level of report you can see here. On call reports you have. I have not created an incident, so I don't know it will give a good view of the reports or not, but according to our need we can customize this report as well. We can see a postmortem reports as well here. So we can see here on call reports. So currently it is giving the on call time duration of hours, like how I have configured for a week, right? So it will give that kind of report as well. User management report it will give. So I have to explore this report whenever we will configure a multiple integration of other as we can see our reports output here. So we can say a 5 active user, inactive user. So that level of detail we can see. We can sort it by name. A notification report, if I have configured a notification policy, we can see that. Apart from that, so when we will go, so as I mentioned, this system is a very vast. Actually, I cannot cover everything in a day. So if you want a specific integration or any point that you want me to cover, we can prepare that. I will prepare that and I can share it again. That's all, team. So let me share my screen again. So we are done with the demo. If you have any questions or any points that you want to discuss, you can we can talk about that. So, any question? Yes,
Like how many monitoring systems can we integrate?
we can integrate multiple system here at a time. If you want, you can connect with Jira, Confluence, any of the thing in with the teams.
Okay, and multiple monitoring system in different networks.
Sorry, can you please repeat once?
Can we integrate multiple monitoring systems, but in different networks?
Different networks, you are
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Sarika, I can take that.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
Vinod, please.
Yes, Kaustubh, it is definitely a tool agnostic. It can plug into any kind of monitoring tool, irrespective of whatever network you're, as long as it can have access points allowed to kind of ping the systems the way it is required. It can definitely hook in that. So we have our internal Opsgenie hooked up to, like, multiple monitoring tools, like Splunk, Datadog, like, you name it. It has pretty much has got connectivities for all those monitoring tools.
Okay, cool. And one final query. When we integrate it with different monitoring systems, can we set up the system such that if alert is from a particular monitoring system, it should be assigned to a particular team,
Yes, we can.
and no other team has access to it?
No, we can configure it in that level.
Cool.
Yeah. Any other question, team? So thank you everyone for joining this session.